You can simply lift it up and elevate it for easy access. You will again use 2 of the 830 fasteners with star washers to finish this procedure. Having those started, the last thing you want to do on the rear end is to finish the leveler. Feel for the back, put it in square, turn it gently to start it, and then spin it to finish the end. You can then get rid of the piece of packaging. Having finished tightening the back end of the bike up, the next piece of the assembly procedure will be to install the console mount and the console. To do so, we'll take this piece. Please note that there is a zip tie through here. Dealing with the cables, what you do not want to do is have them drop back into the bike. So carefully unwrap them, and by holding this, wrap the end of the zip tie around the end of the cables. What this will allow you to do is fish them back out the top. Gently pull the cables up till you can reach them. Pull them through the hole in the housing and insert the console mount support gently into the top of the top tube. From there, you will take 3 of the bolts with star washers for the final assembly and tightening of the console support into the frame. Once you have all these in place, the important thing to note is leave them a little bit loose. You'll want to make sure that this is square and then just tighten the middle bolt first. That'll assure that you've got a nice finished product when we're all done. To attach the console, you want to make sure, again, that your cables are all intact. The batteries will insert in a moment. First thing you'll want to do is take off the zip tie. And that can be simply discarded. To attach the console, you've got 2 wiring harnesses. You'll take the large harness, and please note that it's 2-sided. It's a simple way it clicks into place. You can audibly hear it and feel it as it snaps into place. The smaller of the 2 cables is for the heart rate control. Same thing, connect the 2 cables till you audibly hear them and feel them click. Slide this back down into the neck of the console to get rid of the excess cable. The console is attached to the frame using 4 small screws and this one of the middle size of your Allen wrenches. Simply insert the screws through the back of the frame and tighten this console snugly. Once all 4 of the screws have been input into the console, you want to make sure you have your batteries. The batteries used in the GForce RT are nickel metal hydride rechargeable batteries. The bike does recharge batteries as it's working. To insert the batteries, simply open the console door and insert them according to the diagram in the back of the console. Having finished the console assembly on the bike, the next piece of assembly will move towards the rear. The first thing we want to do is attach the 2 adjustment handles. The rotation handle, which has the round markings, and the fore aft handle that has the straight lines on it. Very important to put these on in this order. If you assemble the seat onto the bike first, you'll have to take it off to do this step. Let's do the rotation handle first. As you notice, the rotation handle has 2 set screws into the back of it. What you'll want to do is slide that over the post on the left side of the bike as if you were riding it, and with the small Allen wrench, tighten down the screws to hold it snugly in place. Once the rotation handle is firmly in place, you want to put on the fore-aft adjustment handle. To do so, you'll have 2 Allen screws. Simply place this on top, slide the screws down through and into the holes in the corresponding mounting bracket. Use the appropriate Allen wrench to finish snugging these up firmly. Having firmly attached the handles to the seat assembly, we're now ready to put the seat base onto the bike. The easiest way to do that is turn this over, take the seat pan and position it over the supports and tighten down with the 4 longest bolts, each with star washers. Having finished the seat assembly as a subunit, the next thing we need to do is mount the seat onto the bike itself. To do so, you'll actually use this flange and put it underneath these 2 pieces of the frame assembly. Carefully put the seat over the carrier and slide it back to engage it. Careful not to pinch any of the wiring harnesses off the back of the bike. You will then use 2 820 fasteners with star washers and flat washers to tighten it on to the front of the frame. Having firmly attached the seat to the seat track carrier, the next piece will be to correctly position the heart rate contact wires, being careful to only plug red and black into red and black, and the white and black wires into the like from the other side. You must pay attention to this feature. It is very easy to connect wires from the handle harness to themselves. If you do so, you will not get your heart rate readings. Having finished attaching the wiring harness for your heart rate, the next step will be to install pedals onto your bike. Please note that they are both labeled with a left and a right pedal. Also note that the left pedal is reverse threaded, so you'll put it in backwards of what you're used to. For the right pedal, and actually for both pedals, the first thing you want to do is gently start the threading with your hand. That way you can make sure not to strip out the threads of the crank. Once you've got a firm grasp, use the 15mm wrench to continue tightening. And always make sure to snug the pedal tightly into the crank. Having finished with the pedal assembly, the last piece before we roll it off and get it ready for use is to put the cup holders on the bike. Please be careful to note that when you put these on, they should fit down and a little bit away from the handle. They're each put on with 2 of these fasteners, tightened snugly with the Allen wrench. Having securely fastened the cup holders onto the bike, you're now ready to take it off the assembly tray and enjoy it for many years to come.